I want to ask you a question. Who's coaching you? Who's asking you the tough questions? Who's telling you, man, you're the common denominator to all of your issues and challenges? Who's telling you, man, all day long, you become the magnetic pulse that attracts to you both good and bad? I want to be your life coach. I want to be the one that cheers you on to the finish line. I want to be the one that you ask the tough questions. And it doesn't mean that I have all the answers, but that means that you have a partner, someone who believes in you, not the you see right now, but the you can't imagine, the you that you are to become, the you are destined to be. I always say we both need the positive and the negative. It's not enough to have the knowledge of the matter, but we must have the wisdom as well. For wisdom settles it. And that's what I want to offer you as you join me on the Coach's Corner. I want to offer you the wisdom of the matter. Maybe it might be relationships, talking about our campaigns for more, for life, the dark room of our subconscious, our spiritual journey, whatever it is. I want to be there to encourage you, to build you, to challenge you, to cheer you on to the finish line. I'm qualified to do this. Why? Because I'm you. Well, welcome to another edition to the Coach's Corner. The Coach's Corner, live and on demand. We thank you for joining us once again. And as we always say, as we approach the microphone in the studio today, we acknowledge that we have our set of issues, both personally and professionally. But we'd like to think that we're also bringing to the table the wisdoms from the journey of life where we have traveled and have erred along the way, along the path. And so we trust that we can earn the right to share those wisdoms with you to use in your life. I would be remiss if I did not say thank you to all of those that are listening worldwide, from the Balkans to Europeans, as well as Americans and Australians, Canadians. I won't forget you. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and our channel on YouTube at Select USA TV. Today we're going to talk briefly about using the power of complimenting others. It is so easy in today's environment to find something wrong with someone else. But what if we switched and began to be kind and complimentary? That is the thought and focus on the Coach's Corner, live and on demand. Let's get right to work. Using the power of complimenting others must be a OBM, opposite behavior modification, considering our environment in today's world. Our culture is very, very mean at best. We are essentially, in my view, mean to one another. Quick with the tongue, the last to hear the details. Stories change from one account to another. Lies are told repeatedly. Games are played rather than the game of life and knowing the rules and playing it well. And so what do you do? What do you do with a culture that looks down on what you wear, how much you weigh, how fine the next person is versus the person in your arms, and beyond? I mean, it's even spread to the religious culture. I mean, so many people brag about their pastor, their bishop, their apostle, and they put down anyone that may be a Jehovah's Witness or a Muslim. Why? Because they think they have the truth. But the fact of the matter is, inviting others to believe what you believe, or at least take a look at it, inviting others to hear what you have to offer on a long-term basis, and building longevity in relationships takes a different mindset. We have to change our attitudes to alter our altitudes. Let me say that again. We have to change. DJ, anytime you're ready. We have to change. We have to change our attitudes to alter our altitudes. And what we do is we have to practice OBM. What is OBM? You've heard it on this program first. Opposite behavior modification, which simply means that when I become predictable, I become expendable. And so now I'm going to do something that no one expected me to do. I'm going to step into some kindness. I'm going to step into some mercy. I'm going to walk with a complimentary attitude. Take a small break. Be right back. Somehow or another, we have gotten this belief. We have inaugurated in our belief system that saying nothing is high marks. We find it difficult to feed the ego of others. We're always feeding our own ego. We're always insinuating that we are the center of attention. And this has caused our culture to maturate into a hostile, mean, interrogative type of environment, especially the Western culture. Especially a country that is just yet a baby in comparison to the rest of the world. America's only 200 years old, if truly 200 years old. We are the most arrogant folks you will ever find. And we herald that capitalism is what makes us this way. Democracy is what makes us this way. And you see the cracks in our foundation, from our family relationships to our intimate relationships to our everyday driving back and forth to work, to school, to church, to home, and our everyday club and partying activities, straight up and downright mean to the bean. You hit me, I hit you. You dog me, I dog you. You don't feed my ego like I want. When I say I think you should, then I'm not going to feed yours. In fact, you should be able to get along without me having to compliment you, because everyone is serving their own self-interest, and I don't owe anything to the next person or the neighbor. Am I my brother's keeper? Hell to the no, because it's about me and no one else. That is the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. You see what I'm saying? But we got to change that. We got to change that, and we got to change it now. We got to change how our altitude rises and falls. We got to make sure that we are empowering ourselves, but also empowering others. And it does no good for me to lift my boat and the river is declining. The river is receding. Your boat might land at the bottom of the lake, the bottom of the ocean, because life is not just about me. Life is not just about you. Life is not about what I believe only. Though I may believe everything that about me is the truth, and though I may believe that I have an upper hand on the person that don't believe what I believe. How about using the power of compliments? How about using the power of a complimentary smile? Start right there. That might be a great place to start. Smile today when you get up, and when you move out, and when you move up. Using the power of complimenting others will not hurt you. In the long term, it will help you. Why? Because boosting others is boosting you. Cutting others down is cutting down yourself. I used to always tell my son, the last child of 4, and I surely don't want no more, is, son, if you take a shortcut, you're going to get cut short. Take a small break, come back, and wrap this up. This is the Coach's Corner. Coach. The power of complimenting others begins with thinking about others over and beyond yourself, but not to the degree that you have forgotten self. Not to the degree that you have omitted self, but the self extends to the neighbor beside you, the partner that walks with you. The couple that you see should really be 2 in 1 and not 1 in 2. I need some help right there. Using the power of complimenting others brings out the best in others. It's the secret to empowering others. And I want to see a change in our culture, beginning in our homes. We're mean to our kids. We're mean to our mates. And you know what? Being mean is also not saying what you should say when you should say it. I need some help right there. Yeah, I thought I'd pause and let you think about that right there. Yeah, man. Using the power of complimenting others is the key to uplifting others and ourselves, because what we do for others, we are doing for ourselves, but what we won't do for others, we are not doing for ourselves. And though we may think we're rising, we're really falling, because the secret to service, or the secret to greatness, is service. It has always been service. When you go to a hotel and you see complimentary breakfast, that's called service. They're hoping that you come back, check in again, put it on a roster again, book it again. Why? Because you know what? We serve the best complimentary breakfast, or the complimentary lunch, or the complimentary services that anyone else. What about your complimentary smile? What about your compliment? Not just listen. Not just the DJ. Hold up. Not just the surface stuff. Well, baby, you look good today. No. We're not talking about the players' compliments. The pimp's mentality here. We're talking about stepping up and going out of the way to find, look for, identify something good about someone else, and not just a shallow compliment. Thank you, Mr. DJ came right on in time. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Look for the good in your hood. Business folks, what would it hurt you to treat your employees with a little bit more kindness, as if the bottom line is not the only thing that is important to you? Some folk have sold out to money. That's a whole nother topic right there. I got to get out of here. Some people have sold out to money. That's all they care about is their bottom line. Well, damn, I care about my bottom line, somebody might say. And Christians, don't be offended, because people are out there thinking that. What about my bottom line? I got bills to pay. I got dreams to fulfill. I got things that I want to do. Well, bosses, employers, job creators, how about complimenting somebody else, which would increase your profitability margins? It's been proven. How about lifting someone's spirit so that they can perform better? Matter of fact, forget the performance so that they can be better, because the being takes precedence over the doing. I got myself all worked up because this is one of my pet peeves. Change your attitude and raise your altitude. And when your altitude is raised, the environment of others who are in your circle, in your space, is more comfortable to become and not just to perform. Until next time, this is the coach on the Coach's Corner. Use the power of complimenting others. Couples, use it. Wives, there are women coming into more power now, but use it with your husbands as if he was the only king there was. Men, use the power of compliments. Until next time, take care of yourself. Station.
Hi, Jamaica Chapel, College Park, Georgia, in the house. You're listening to SIBN Radio.
Hi, this is Ted Bones calling from Richmond, Virginia, and you're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. Y'all turn it up now.
Hi.
Hi, this is VJ Washington calling from Atlanta, Georgia. You're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. So turn it up.
Hi, my name is Sonia Claiborne from East St. Louis, Illinois, by way of Carruthersville, Missouri. You're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. Turn it up.
What's good? It's your boy Joe coming from Snellville, Georgia. You're listening to the Lifestyle Improvement Station, SIBN Radio. Y'all turn it up.
You're listening to the sounds of your Lifestyle Improvement Station, changing the way we live. SIBN FM, powered by Select USA TV.